What's up, everybody? Here today I have the Sherlock manga, A Study in Pink. For anybody who's a big fan of the Sherlock TV series on BBC, and loves to read manga, I highly suggest you pick this up. The art for it is amazing. I mean, it looks like the actors themselves. It's extremely identical, almost 100% identical to the first episode itself. I know that there is more to this that doesn't completely follow the show itself. I heard season 4 actually adapted and continued a story from the manga itself. Um, this is already quite old for a lot of people who are not familiar with manga. It takes a while for the English translated version to come over to the US. So, for anybody who loves the show, wants to follow more of the story, they do add a little bit, a tiny, tiny bit. Like this would be like the director's cut of the first episode. Um, it shows you what Sherlock sends in a text message after using John Watson's phone. When they first meet. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe not. Like I said, the art is amazing for this. I love it. Um, I waited so long to read this. Is that it right there? Yeah, there he is reading the message that he sent in text. What does it say? Oh, my bad. I couldn't see it through the lens of the camera, but that's what he sent. I don't remember if they actually showed that in the actual series. I have to rewatch it, even though I watched it like 100,000 times already. Not literally, but I watched it quite a lot. Um, like I said, it's almost not almost. It is 100% identical to the first episode of Study in Pink. But I love manga. I love the art to this. I love reading it. I waited 3 years to read this. I seen it back in this store in Seattle called Wajamaya's. Same cover, a little smaller. This is a little bit bigger than a traditional sized manga book. But I seen this in its Japanese format. Everything was all in Japanese, and I could not read it because I can't not only not speak Japanese, but I can't read Japanese. So I was a little mad that I couldn't get it. It came out 2 years later in the comic book format, which I have in a box over on the side of me that I'm not going to dig out right now, but I have at least 4 or 5 issues of the Sherlock manga in the comic book translated version. I don't remember if it's full color or not. I have to go back in. This actually also shows at the end of it all the Study in Pink covers that you can get, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of covers that you can collect. So for anybody who loves manga, loves the BBC Sherlock TV series, and would like to pick this up, it's not a must buy. You can skip it if you like, but to me, if you're a really big fan of it, I suggest you get it for not only for collective purposes, but because they put a lot of effort into it. I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean, if you watch the first episode enough, and while you're reading this, it's just like watching. I mean, when you read it, you're like some people will probably look at it like, why the fuck would I want to read this when I can just watch the episode? But they do add a little bit, just a tiny, 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 tiny bit of additional scenes to allow you to know what's going on in John Watson's mind. So, that's a great addition to this book. You can actually look into the thoughts of Watson while he's going through these cases with Sherlock. So for that alone, it was definitely enough for me to want to continue reading these. Hopefully, there are more. I know that much. So when they come out, I'll do a review on those as well. I got more coming up. I'll be trying to post a video a day or more. But like I said, for anybody who loves the show, loves manga, anime in general, and another thing, if you want like a tattoo or something, if somebody who loves Sherlock as much to the point where they would want to, embody their images on themselves, pick this up. This is the best place you can get, the representation of these characters without necessarily having to get, the full realistic approach to it. It's in terms of artwork, it's somewhat simplistic, but also immensely detailed. So I suggest for anybody, like I said, you love this show, pick it up. It's worth a read if you like novelizations of TV series. Not to mention most manga are that way anyway. They just have a few little added additional scenes. Actually, well, some have like full blown scenes that will never make it into the finished product of an anime. But if they even made this into an anime, if they had the show, turned the show into a manga, turned the manga into an anime, I would watch the shit out of all of them. But for me, for how long I've been waiting to read this, it was a must-have. It was a must-buy, and I will continue collecting these. So again, it's all up to you whether or not you would want to read it. But for me, it was truly wonderful. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to continue the story once again with Sherlock and John Watson. Also, this is my phone home screen wallpaper, and this is my phone lock screen wallpaper. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. I got more coming.